What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Lion's Den. My name is Jack, and today we have a very special video for you guys. Over the last few weeks, I've been in communication with one of the community managers behind Ironsight, a man by the name of Chopper. Shout out to Chopper. He's been very cool throughout this whole process. Cool enough to even answer some written view interview questions. Written view interview. Alright, you know what? We're just gonna leave that one in. Whatever. Some written interview questions for me. So, we're gonna be going over those questions today, some of my thoughts and some of his answers, and we're just gonna be putting those thoughts out there for you guys. So, rolling right into it, as I feel that the community manager can be a very different role depending on which studio and which game we're talking about. My first question for him was, as you are the community manager for Ironsight, can you give us a brief explanation of what you do and how that affects the development of the game? His answer, as community managers, we are the ambassadors of the publishers and act as an intermediary between the player community and the production team. We make sure all appropriate communications relate both ways, and we support our players to the best of our abilities. In short, we report feedback, potential issues and bugs, coordinate events and content on our communication platforms. And I'm going to add a little bit to that. The most important communication platform for this game is by far the Ironsight Community Discord. And if you don't know about their Discord channel, I will be leaving links to that in the description down below. I got on there first time, hopped into the general chat, got talking with Chopper, and that's how this whole thing happened. They're very active over there all the time. You can also meet and play with Ironsight players. You can rep your stream or any content that you may make about the game. In general, it is probably the best hub for Ironsight players. Everyone has Discord. You should take a look if you're playing the game and you haven't already. So, moving on. Well, actually, no, we're not going to move on. We're going to talk about that for a second. It's very cool to see that the community managers are being as active as they are, and I think it's very important for this feeling that the devs are looking out for what the community has to say. So, this is really good to hear. Okay, now we're moving on. Second question. Ironsight has been in open beta for over a month now. What have been some of the biggest hurdles in getting the game going for a broader audience? I can't speak for the rest of the production team, but on the community management team, it is mostly reactivity and to make sure all players get the information needed, namely when questions, concerns, and sometimes issues arise. It also has been challenging to set up various places where players can meet, exchange discussions, and spread out the word about Ironsight. Our Discord revamp, community updates, and our partnership programs are all resulting from these challenges. More generally speaking, we work hard towards creating communication and content that appeal to players we think might be interested. And he says specifically, we're looking at gamers and people who really enjoy shooters. So, that's good. I think that that's generally speaking what you want to see. The devs are being very hands-on with this beta experience, and their communication has been nothing short of spectacular whenever there have been issues. So, they're doing a really good job over there. So, the first real hard-hitting question, I think the biggest concern people have when it comes to a game being free to play is, will it ever be pay to win? Will players ever have to worry about Ironsight going this direction? His answer, the production team is working hard towards avoiding that route. They have taken the right decisions to propose a fun game to players with fair gameplay and monetization focused on skins and cosmetics. You actually can read our HQ report where Charlie, our product manager, discusses that topic. Honestly, I think both the developers at Whipple Games and us here at Area Games have done a great job keeping the game away from pay-to-win elements. And that's exactly what we want to hear. Obviously, I've dealt with Area Games in the past. They have had a tendency to favor some unsavory monetization practices in the past. And I think it's good to see that so far they're sticking to the guns here and keeping the game fair and keeping all of the money-making practices related to just cosmetics, which I have no problem with. Moving on, do you guys plan on releasing a rough roadmap of where the development is heading? What can players start to expect the first round of balancing and tune-ups? His answer, hopefully the production team will have all the necessary information in order to share a roadmap of what's coming on Ironsight. On the other hand, I think it's too soon to expect balancing and tune-ups on our version of the game. Please remember that we are still in open beta, and our focus is shifted towards fixing higher priority issues and to improve the overall server and game performance. Once we reach a more satisfying environment for Ironsight, we will start discussing said tune-up changes. In the meantime, we still need to collect feedback from our community and report to the development team the ones that are shared by the majority of our players and make sense. And on one hand, I gotta say this is a little disappointing because it could be a while before we see the first round of true balance or changes to the game, but at the same time, there's no denying that the beta launch hasn't exactly been the most stable experience, and that they need to up how the servers are managing the player counts and all of that stuff, and I think that that is fine for that being the priority for right now. The only problem is that while I believe the game to be very generally well balanced, there are some things that can get kind of annoying, and there's a general sense that there are only a few very good guns in the game, and then some just seem straight worthless. There are some weapons that there's really no reason to use at all, and you look at a gun, like take the AR-57 for example. The AR-57 is probably the only gun in this game that I would consider being anywhere near like overpowered, and even then it's not that bad, but it's just far too easy to use and can excel in the game's majority of combat situations, being close and medium range. Sorry, I hit my pop filter like an idiot. So it's gonna suck that we're gonna have to live with some of these issues for a while, but the devs are watching and they're listening all the time, so hopefully some of these issues will be ironed out eventually. Moving on. Are the devs looking to push the competitive experience in Ironsight even to the point of supporting leagues and tournaments? His answer: it is something that we want to achieve. As of now, we do not feel satisfied enough with the current features and state of the game to fully explore the competitive scene. Once again, when we feel the time is right, the production and community management team will work towards bringing a healthy and fun competitive scene to Ironsight. And that's great news to me. I think that the potential for Ironsight to be a very fun, ranked, and competitive experience is very much there. And the one thing that I point to as pure evidence for this is their attention to detail on map design. If you pay attention, the skyboxes are very open, and there's a lot of opportunity for interesting nades, smokes, flashes, take opportunities. Teams can get very creative with how they approach the maps in this game. So there's potential there, and I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the better players explore that alongside the development team. Excuse me. I need to drink water there. Moving on. This is very specific, but will you guys offer a direct way to grind for the rare skins and cosmetics? Like some kind of challenge or mastery system similar to how we obtained the gold camo? His answer: in our current version of the game, you can get the supply drops containing a variety of skins and cosmetics by simply leveling up. Similarly, you can connect daily and complete your daily contracts to collect chips and GP, with which you can also get some other cosmetic items. In future updates, there will be more possibilities and opportunities for players to get these in-game currencies to reach the desired skins. As for your example with the gold camo, there might as well be skins locked behind certain requirements. Which I actually really enjoy the tease there, that there's very clearly going to be some more gated items in the game coming along, which I am totally down with. I love having stuff to grind for. I love that kind of progression, and like, you know, when you get that super rare skin that nobody else has, you know? And while loot boxes are totally fine, in my opinion, they're just not fun. So I'd like to have interesting stuff to be able to directly shoot for. And obviously I think that that's going to be coming along eventually. Moving on. This is my favorite question to ask developers anytime I get a chance to throw it towards them, because I think it really speaks about their passion and interest in the project that they're engaged in. And it's, in one sense, can you sell Ironsight to somebody who's never heard of the game? If you like fast-paced shooters, want a crisp-looking game, and are looking for that nervous but exhilarating FPS action, but don't feel like paying for it, then download Ironsight right now and start playing. Which, straight up here, I can't say it better. I think Ironsight has to be one of the better-looking free-to-play shooters that's out there right now, and I think the potential is insane. So hopefully the devs follow through on that. Finally, as a closer, where can people find more information about Ironsight and keep an eye on relevant news and updates? The most reliable and official information can be found in our news section on our website, which I will leave a link to in the description, as well as all the other links to all of their social media. But for live updates on the status of the game, ongoing events, and last-minute announcements, I recommend keeping an eye on our Discord server, Facebook, and Twitter pages. All of those down in the description down below. I highly recommend the Discord server. Very nice guys over there, and you will end up getting a lot of information and meeting new people. So definitely check it out. Alright guys, so those are all the questions that I asked Chopper. Once again, big thank you to him for taking the time. The devs have been incredibly busy, so it was totally understandable that this took a good while for them to get around to. They've been working really hard, and I really appreciate the effort that they're putting in for this game. I think it really shows the passion that they have for producing a quality product. Let me know what you guys think of some of what he said down in the comments down below. Also, make sure you check out our Twitter and our Facebook pages to keep up to date with what's going on our channel. You know, speaking a bit personally for a second, it's been, you know, a hot minute since I posted. I announced that I was going to be taking a break, going on vacation, enjoying my birthday and some time off, and, you know, I think it was very much needed. I was getting a little burnt out, had a good reset, you know, recharged the batteries, got to relax, and now that I'm back, I'm inspired, I'm ready to get on that grind and make some really good content for you guys. And speaking of grinding, I'm thinking about starting a series, pushing for some of those rare gold camos in Ironsight. If you guys want to see something like that, let me know. Other than that, guys, my name is Jack. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.